I've been asked to give some advice about marriage. It's such a huge subject, and depending upon your culture, your religion, your upbringing, your personal values, and even your friendship with the person that you're having the marriage with, there's 1,000 answers, a million answers, all dealing with your personality and the personality of the other person. But some basics that are involved if you want to have a long term commitment. So, first off, don't go into marriage with the idea that there's an alternate plan. If something doesn't work out, well, we end it, we go someplace else. Uh, or if you get bored with it, you start looking at somebody else, or you start finding fault with each other, or you're looking for the other person to make you happy. Well, if you're going into that, it's never going to work because no one else is going to make you happy but you. There's people that you can say, well, they make me sad, they make me angry. No, nobody does that to you either. Their actions may cause you distress, but you choose whether to be happy or unhappy. And if you're going into a relationship where this other person is going to fulfill you and give you what you don't have, well, then it ain't going to work. You shouldn't be in a relationship. The other person is there not to dance for you, to be your clown for you, to be your entertainment, to be your everything. You have to become your everything. You have to be all that you can be. And can't look upon the other person as fulfilling those things that you lack. When you go in a relationship, it's about giving, not so much about getting. If you want to be successful and you have that attitude, uh, things will work out. It's also 90% friendship. By that, I mean it's not sex and intimacy and taking all this stuff that you do together, stuff and uh, conquering the world together. No, it's based on a basic, simple premise that this other person is somebody you want to spend time with because they're your friend. And if they're your friend and if they're your best friend, that means you're concerned about how they feel by the way you treat them and how you talk to them. Would you talk to your best friend the way you do that? So 90% is friendship, and the other 10% is kindness. Simple as that. If you marry your best friend and you're kind to each other, you will have a successful marriage. That's the basis of any spiritual marriage, whether it's arranged, you choose, something happens, no matter how you got together, it's all got to be about kindness and friendship. So don't go into it with any other ideas. So I've been married over 50, 54 years, I think. Don't remember having so much fun. That's my wife. Am I happy in my marriage? She says, yes, you are. So I guess I am. But it's a huge commitment, the biggest commitment you'll ever have to make or need to make. And in some cases, one that you may or may not make. Sometimes the right decision is not to get married. So when I counsel people, I really want to have them examine who they are because it starts with the very premise of this. You have to love you. You have to have your act together. And you can't be depending on someone else to do the dance for you. So it's not about 50-50. You give, no, there's not 50-50. It's you give 100%. If the other person gives anything back, it's a gift. And that's the way you got to look at it. So it's not about being loved, it's about loving. It's not about getting, it's about giving. It's not about being understood, it's about understanding. If you practice your side of this, if you're the person that's loving and giving and caring, in time, the universe will give you what you need. But don't worry about it. You're not loving somebody because they're giving you something back. And that's, you're buying the attention, you're buying the affection. This is not about that. This is about loving somebody just because you love them. They're your friend. You want the right stuff to happen to them. So if I was giving you advice before your marriage, I'd tell you take your vows seriously. Don't go looking around and see if there's somebody else out there in the world after you already got married. If there's something better in the store that you could have bought, love the one you're with. Love the one you're with. But you have to start with loving yourself. So blessings and peace to you, and I hope that if you do make a commitment to marriage, that there is no alternate choices. There's no backup plan. There's no plan B. There's plan A. Married, you married your best friend. That's it, for better or for worse. So blessings and peace to you. And uh, if I'm doing your wedding someday, you'll probably hear the same advice coming from me once again. God bless.